Hi there, so I hope you found the previous video taking Marisa to gold useful. I'm sort of making these just to sort of help new players and returning players alike get to grips with Marisa and have something that they can sort of follow through all the way up to diamond. This is going to be a shorter video. We're only going to be going up to platinum in this one video. The win streak bonus does continue from gold to platinum, so it definitely should be much faster than the platinum to diamond, where the win streak bonuses do end. If you can give any kind of feedback as well, I'm far from the best video producer, but any kind of feedback would be appreciated, and I'll try and take that to heart and include it in the next video series. We're going to add a few more normals for the gold game plan. The first of which is going to be crouching medium kick. Crouching medium kick is basically identical to stand medium kick. It has a little bit less range, but it is a low attack. So it also doesn't move your character forwards. So if you're pressing this, you are actually slowly moving forwards. Whereas with the crouching medium kick, you're staying exactly in the same spot. So again, we're just going to be using it the same way that we use stand medium kick, just for keeping people honest, checking people if they're not blocking low at this range. It doesn't cancel into anything. It's just a pretty straightforward normal in the same way that we've been using stand medium kick already, so there's not much really else to say about it. So the next normal that we're going to be adding to the game plan is forward medium punch. This is a very far ranging normal. It outranges stand medium kick and crouch medium kick by a huge margin. It actually hits around the same range as light punch gladius, so out from here you can still land the forward medium punch, which makes it extremely powerful. It is -3 on block, so if they do block it, just chill. Don't sort of press any more offense. You might be able to get away with it if they're being extremely passive and they're very worried about your normals, but in general, just chill. Don't worry about it too much. Block for a split second after it, and then just go back to your normal game. On hit, it doesn't particularly lead anywhere other than target combos, so we'll just sort of explore them now. So if you make it off block, so there's two target combos associated with forward medium punch. The first one is heavy punch, so forward medium punch, heavy punch, and that leads to a knockdown sweep. And this is quite good if they're sort of just walking away from you like that, and you can tag them with a forward medium punch, and then you can just try a cheeky sweep target combo off the end of it. It's really something you need to be very careful about though, because if they do block the sweep portion, you are -12 and you're going to eat a huge punish if they're aware of it, so just be careful there. Other than that, there is another aspect to it, so that's that you can go into the kick ending, which is just press heavy kick after it. The use of this is that it allows you to go straight into all of your supers, so you can go into the level 1 super and just combo straight away. You can go into the level 2 super like that, and it's useful. It's our sort of probably quickest and easiest way of confirming into the super. If you can sort of make sure you're punishing a normal, or they're going to be pressing something, but just again, it's not something most Marisas I see almost never use this. It's very negative on block as well. Not something that you're gonna want to be using. So you're -10. So yeah, very punishable and not something I would probably use. I would stick to using this target combo if you really want to be using something in gold, and just try and land that cheeky sweep if they're just walking away from you and they're not holding down back. You're probably asking yourself at this point, well, how do I make really good use of forward medium punch? So its main use is as a whiff punishing tool. So if you see something in the neutral, you can whiff punish. You can just hit it like that, do a crouching jab, and then go straight into a light punch demer. This will give you then the knockdown that we've been practicing and using a bit of, like that, and then you can go straight back into all the pressure that we talked about in the last video. So it's very good at whiff punishing like that. It's also very good at hitting moves when they're starting up, because it like that, so you can get a counter hit, and you can just go straight into the knockdown again. So this combo works on counter hit and punish counter only. So I'm not really expecting you to be hit confirming into this comfortably at gold level. This is something that will come with time. It's not something you're going to pick up straight away. So just try and pay attention and use this move at the right range. Mix it in a little bit with when you're controlling with your gladius like that. You're doing stand medium kicks from a bit closer, crouch medium kicks as well. And then at this range, throw out a few forward medium punches, especially if you see them sort of moving a bit close to you, trying to move away. Just try and throw these in every now and then. If you do see it hit, it is +2 on block. So even if you don't confirm it, you don't get your counter hit, you don't get your punish counter, you can actually just do a crouching jab after it. This is +2, and a crouching jab is 4 frames, so that means that there isn't anything in the game that they can press that is 2 frames that will actually hit you in between that, unless they're mashing an invincible reversal, a super or an OD dragon punch or that kind of thing. So that's important. Just get used to seeing it hit, get used to seeing it block, try and sort of stop if it gets blocked, and then just do a jab if he hits, and then if you really get the punish counter or the counter hit, then yeah, maybe you can get your jab confirm, and then go into your Dima for your knockdown that we talked about. I want to talk about now Marisa's counter move. This is particularly because we're going to be using one option that comes from the counter, but we're not going to be using the counter itself much, but I do want to go over how it works. So the counter is done by doing quarter circle back and kick. It doesn't matter which kick you do from the regular one, they all have the same frames, they all start up in the same time, they have the same length of armor, everything's identical. You can do 3 different options out of the counter stance. So you can do a throw, which is a command grab. It does high damage, much more damage than a regular throw does. So you can see there it does far more damage. It's a 13 frame command grab at its quickest. So if you do the counter stance, that takes a certain amount of time, and then you need to cancel out of it. So the earliest you can cancel out of it makes the command grab a 13 frame command grab. So the other option that you can do from it is a overhead like that, and you can also do a low. So the overhead's done by doing a punch, and the kick's done by, or the low's done by doing a kick. We're not going to be using either of these two. They are awful. There are some very specific situations for them, but it's not something that we use at high level, thus we're not going to use it at low level game plan as we work through. The whole point of this guide is to turn you into a really good Marisa, so we don't want to be using stuff that's gimmicky. You see it a lot at low levels, Marisa's doing stuff like this, doing that because they know that the opponent can't hit me, and then I'll do an overhead, cheeky overhead. It works a little bit, but it's not something that is sustainable for long-term play as you develop and get better and work your way into plat and diamond and up to masters eventually. So the counter itself works in a very specific way. So it only counters high attacks like that, and then it does an automatic headbutt. You don't need to do anything. If you counter an attack, it does this sort of headbutt animation, and there's a few things that we can do after that, which I'll talk about in a second. So it is vulnerable to lows, the regular one. So if someone does a low attack, you will get hit. So like that, you do a low, you get hit. So the OD version is immune to low attacks. It has full body armor. So the situation that you might want to use that is on wake up. Someone presses a button on you. Alright, I don't want to take the pressure. I can just use that and blast through it. Now, it's good to use. It's not something that you should be, mashing and doing every time you wake up. If someone throws you when you do that, they're going to win. It doesn't counter throws. You take high damage if they do, and you lose 2 bars. So it's not something you should be using much on wake up. But if you guess the opponent's going to press a button on you on wake up, or otherwise, you can use it just to counter through. Now, after you've landed this, there's a few specific things that can happen. You effectively can turn this situation into a 50-50 for you. So start the replay and we'll do the counter. The thing that we can do after is press a crouching light kick or a crouching jab. Now, those 2 normals will stop the opponent from jumping. So if the opponent tries to jump here, they'll get hit because they're not blocking. Now, you might ask yourself, well, why might they be trying to jump after that? And the other reason for that, or the reason for that, is because you can then command grab them after that counter has triggered. So it creates a 50-50 where if they don't jump and try and press a button, you'll command grab them, or don't jump or try and press a button, you'll command grab them. And then if you do press a low attack like that, you can confirm into the light punch Dima. You can do that from jab as well. It doesn't particularly matter which one you press, and you can do that. But you basically turn it into a 50-50 situation for them after you've done that. So that's pretty much how it's used, and that's how we're going to use it for now. So the next thing we're going to be adding is using drive rush in neutral to create a little bit of pressure and just mix up our offense. So we do it a little bit differently. You know, we talked about using drive rush off a knockdown like that. So you hold the parry button and then you just dash immediately when you can. That means that you don't get the blue parry animation. You just go straight into the drive rush as soon as you possibly can. So when you do it in neutral, you can do it a similar way. You can hold the parry button and then dash. The downside of that is it becomes a little bit telegraphed. So if they see the blue, you know, it can kind of sort of make them see quite comfortably that you're going to be rushing towards them, and you know, they can press a button or get ready for it. So the best way to do it is you press forwards, and then on your next forwards input to complete the dash, you press parry at the same time. So it's forwards, and then you dash. If you do it correctly, you almost never see the blue animation, and you just immediately rush at the opponent. This can be a little bit tricky to do. It's something that is worth practicing, but it's not something, you know, don't sit for hours now practicing it. Just use parry and then dash if that's a bit more comfortable for you at the moment. It's not going to make too much difference at this stage, but just, you know, try and work on the instant dash when you can. The normal that we're going to be using from our drive rush initially is stand medium kick. So we're going to be drive rush, stand medium kick, and then the combo that we're going to be doing after that is crouch medium punch into Gladius. That should be something that you're very familiar with. We used it a lot in the last video. So drive rush, and then stand medium kick, crouch and medium punch, and then Gladius. Be a little bit careful if you land your drive rush stand medium kick from this range, because if you do, then you won't get the crouch medium punch to connect. You're pretty safe if that happens. It's not really the end of the world, but it's just something to be aware of. So you really want to be throwing the drive rush from this range, and that's because all of your options at this range are threatening. You know, your Superman's threatening, both your light and your medium punch are threatening from that range. Your Gladius is threatening from that range. Your forward medium punch is threatening at that range. Your stand medium kick is threatening from that range. So it gives them a lot to think about. And if you do drive rush in, it's just one more thing for them to think about and help open up their offense. If they do block it, and you are close enough, then you can try and throw them. So, you know, if you get that, you can try and throw them. You're only +2 though, so be a little bit careful about that. You're not massively plus or anything. So do land it, you can get that. Be a little bit careful because you can be out of throw range. You know, at this range you're totally out of throw range. So that's something you just have to get a gut feel for. You know, how you land it, where you land it, what kind of spacing, etc. One thing to note: if they do block it, you're only +2 as I mentioned, but if they do block it and you're quite close and they mash jab and then you press crouch medium punch, you will get hit. But if you're a bit further out, sort of this range, you'll actually find that you counter any button they press really, because there's only a 6-frame gap between these two things. So, you know, if you do that, you can get them. If you do it immediately at that range, you can get them. So it's not really the end of the world if you're struggling to confirm this. So just get used to drive rushing in, stand medium kick, you know, trying to get your crouch and medium punch afterwards, and then yeah, use it as just to open up people that, you know, you're struggling with. The last thing that I wanted to do before we jump into our gold to platinum games is just add a few more options off light punch steamer. So the 3 options that we've been using so far are basically a high, low, and throw. So we've been using the immediate overhead. That gives us a knockdown back into the same situation. We've been using a low, again, knockdown, same situation. And then we've been using a throw if we think they're not going to be doing anything on wake up and just blocking. So the next thing that we're going to be adding is the command grab. So we're going to be doing drive rush and then pressing or cancelling into the counter stance. We've called circle back and light kick. I find light kick the easiest because I play on an arcade stick, so I cancel into the light kick and then I can just immediately tap throw, which is, you know, my fingers are in the same position NOA or ready to do that, so straight into the throw. So, you know, we do the knockdown, we drive rush up, and then we just grab them like that. Again, takes a bit of practice to get absolutely perfect, so they can't throw you or press jab on wake up. But yeah, you get used to it. You should already have a fair few of these timings down at this point. If not, again, don't worry about it too much. Just know that it is an option. Try it every now and then, and just try and work towards getting better at it. The next thing that we're going to be adding is charge back heavy punch. So we've already been using this off a particular punish that we learned in silver, and then basically what you do, knock them down. You do the same thing, immediate DR, and then you hold the back heavy punch. This works in the same way that the overhead did, in the sense that you immediately do it. So overhead immediately, you don't need to worry about the time. In the same way that the charge back heavy punch, you don't need to worry about the timing. So immediately drive rush, and then hold the back heavy punch, and it perfectly times itself, so you don't have to worry about anything. I just wanted to explore the two sort of options you can do off this charge back heavy punch, and explain the sort of specifics about why I'm giving you two options, and it will help you sort of understand why some combos maybe that you see don't work, or it will give you some more insight. It's probably a little bit ahead of where you are as a player if you're following this from a brand new perspective, but it's important to look at right now and understand, and it will help you later as we look at other combos and setups. So if someone doesn't do a back rise, then you can do two heavy punches here, for example. If they do recover backwards, then you can't do two heavy punches. The second one will whiff. So, I could say to you, well, just do back heavy punch on the hope that they don't back rise, and then do this combo, which you should be familiar with. We did that as a punish combo in the last video, but that's not good because it doesn't work in every situation. So to make it work in every situation, you have to use another normal, and that's forward heavy kick. Now, forward heavy kick is a normal that we've not explored yet. It is a chargeable button. We're not going to be using a charge here, we'll just be using it to release immediately. So in this situation, if you knock the opponent down, you do a charge back heavy punch, and then you do forward heavy kick, then that will work regardless. That will work if they do a straight stand or if they do a back rise. So you can do that. If you can confirm it, then please by all means go ahead and use this, and then you can just do that, heavy punch Dima, and then the punish combo that we've already been using, and then you can tack a super on to the end of that as well if you wish. If that's a little bit too taxing for you, or you're struggling to confirm it, then I would suggest you use something entirely different, and that is just to knock the opponent down, do a charge back heavy punch, and then do crouch medium punch gladius. Now that's the tried and true, and that will work if they do a back rise or if they quick stand. There are a few very specific situations where the gladius won't actually hit them. The crouch medium punch will combo, but the gladius won't combo. But don't get too caught up in it. So it's just a way that we can get higher damage. If you think they're going to jump, you think they're going to press a button or do just something on wake up that's not invincible, and not just decide to block, then you can get a nice chunk of damage. So just a quick word on the chargeback heavy punch and what to do if they block it. So if they do block the chargeback heavy punch, you are +8. That is a really, really, really high number to be plus by. And then if you hit another normal after that, stand medium punch, for example, is 7 frames, crouch medium punch is 8 frames. So if you do this and then you press another button immediately, then you will block string. So that means that they're stuck in block stun. They're totally safe, really, if they've already blocked the first back heavy punch. And then anything that you do after that, they sort of have to deal with, which is good, but at the same time it doesn't leave any kind of gap. So the reason why this setup is particularly good is because you can manually leave a gap. So you do charge back heavy punch, small delay, crouch medium punch gladius. And that will just leave a little bit of a gap where if they press anything or they make a mistake, then they'll get hit. There's not really a massive amount else you can do off it. If they're in the corner, especially, that's when this setup gets particularly strong, because you can do charge back heavy punch. You can even charge another heavy punch after that, which will then leave you +4. And then you can press stand medium punch off that, or you can do a crouch medium punch. And that just creates more traps, more chances for them to get hit. If you see the stand medium punch hit, you can just do confirm to gladius. See the crouch medium punch hit, you can just gladius, regardless. So this is the sort of thing. Once you've landed it, you can get them to block it. You can keep hitting charge back heavy punches and really pin them in the corner really do some nasty frame traps on them. So the two important things really to take away is that the drive rush charge back heavy punch is 8. So you need to wait a little bit, manual delay to do stand medium punch or crouch medium punch. And then if you do get away with doing a charge back heavy punch after, that's +4. So then you can just immediately press stand medium punch or hit crouch medium punch for a nice little frame trap. Of course you can throw them as well. So you could do charge back heavy punch in the corner, walk up a little bit and throw them. You could do a command grab as well. So you've got a lot of options in the corner. So that's good. That's powerful. Mid screen you don't have as many options if they block it, especially if they do a back rise. So you can just do the crouch medium punch gladius, on hit or block, and that's pretty decent still. So just a quick overview of the game plan that we're using and we'll be continuing to use through gold. So we are controlling space. That's the name of the game. So we're using stand medium kick, crouch medium kick. That's going to help us control space. Gladius, that's going to help us control space. Forward medium punch, that's going to help us control space. This is this area here. That's our area. Once we've got people sort of respecting this area, they're either going to respect it or they're going to die. If they jump in, we're going to crouch heavy punch them. If we're struggling to get in because they're playing very passively and they're not coming into our zone, they're not coming to us, then we're going to look to push them down with Supermans. We're going to look to push them down with light kick Quadrigas. We're going to walk up to them, take it time, make the space that we're controlling their space. So they're playing all the way over there. We just walk them down, get into range, start pressing buttons, start making the space, push them back, land some gladiuses. If they're playing really passive, we're going to start using the drive rush, hit them with that. And that's it. Keep push down, get them all the way to the corner. Once we've got them in the corner, then we're just going to, work the pressure, keep them there, and yeah, kill them there. If we get a knockdown, we're going to be using all of the options from our specific knockdown we've been practicing. So charge back heavy punch. We're going to be using our crouch light kick. We're going to be using our overhead. We're going to be throwing them. We're going to be using command grab now as well. Like that. And that's pretty much it. It's when you put it all like that, it's relatively simple. Other than the more detailed stuff I discussed previously, that's our general game plan, and we'll be sticking to that, and that'll get us comfortably to plat. So here we go into our first gold rank game. I did lose a game before this on purpose, just to make sure that we got rid of our win streak bonus, same as we did in bronze and silver. So we've got a Ken. Oh, he's not doing much, so he went for a... Right, so he's being a little bit overly aggressive. Random dragon punch there. Okay, so he's jumping in a lot. He's pressing a lot of buttons. I'm going to expect him to do a DP. Oh, there you go, DI even, there you go. So let's see what he does. See if he wakes up. No. So he went for a throw that time. So we should have been holding that. And we would have been able to catch the DI. So very, very crazy on his buttons. So this time we're just going to close the... we're going to fill the space as he comes in. And stop him from coming into us. And that's it. Hold our DI. We'll try a little drive rush. There we go. Caught him. Okay, random tattoo. That was a bit of a strange one. So he's doing a lot of jumping into throw. A lot of DIs on wake up. So we're going to be catching them. And we've got to be a bit careful about his DPs as well. So let's just... Okay, unfortunately I did try and sort of like catch him there. He's being very, very, very predictable with that. As we jump the throw, we should be punishing that much harder. We'll try and punish that harder next time, at least with a Gladius. So you can see that he's realised that he can't just keep doing that. Probably jump again in a minute because he's... There we go. There's a DI at least. So okay. So second game is this Ryu. So we're just gonna see what he does, see what type of player he is. Okay. So he's gonna chill back. So he chilled a little bit. He chucked some fireballs. Let's see if we can catch him with a Superman. Oh, so we can DI back. That's one of those situations, and we will Try and do our nice full punish here. Get the light kick quadringer, push him to the corner. Target combo after it. Catch him with that. We'll try that again. So he's probably going to be desperate to get out of the corner here. There's, oh, unfortunately we missed the anti-air. Just keep pushing him back. See if we can get him to... No, unfortunately we couldn't punish that. We'll just keep controlling our space. Keep him out of it. There we go. So last time he backed off, did a few fireballs. Let's see if he does that again. Okay, he's coming straight in this time. Make sure we take that. There we go. So we managed to get a Superman. We'll try with another one. That's it. Target combo. So we know he's probably not going to be blocking on wake up much. Sweet punish we managed to get there. And then we can just DI back after there. So stand medium kick is actually relatively fast in terms of its total frames. So if they do try and DI it and they do it a little bit late, then you know it's very easy to actually just press DI and get them back. Okay, so that's very punishable. So he's still being quite aggressive in neutral, so we can let's just let him keep coming in and you know walking into our range and making mistakes. So okay, now he's a bit more passive, so we'll try our Superman. That didn't work, unfortunately. We'll try another one. No. Keep trying it. Okay, he jumped that one, so we'll stop doing that. He's working out to count now. He's trying a neutral jump. Try fully charged Gladius, and yeah, there we go. Dusted it off. So he's mixing up between you know being a bit passive and being aggressive like that. I messed my punish up there, but still hit him. So let's see if he gets a DP. No, not sure what happened there. Go low. There we go. So Jamie again. We had one in silver, I think. I don't think we've had too many more past that. So got to be a little bit careful. That little breakdance sweep he does. If we block it, we can do a forward. We can do a forward medium punch punish as well if it's a quite extreme range. Try and punish the drink. So we just jumped in there just to stop him drinking. Oh, got us with a cheeky low there. Ah, that was silly of me to try that. But that's the little sweep. So it's very punishable if he does the if he just does the first bit. I mean the second bit's punishable as well, of course, but the first bit's punishable with forward medium punch. That you can punish just with doing a jab into a Gladius. Ah, see that's low, so it does beat the Gladius, so you just have to be careful. Oh yeah, we stopped his drive rush there. There you go, so we charged Gladius, that was made us +4 on block, and then we just did another one after it to catch him. So now he's going to get a little bit desperate. There we go. So neutral jump heavy punch is something that I didn't actually talk about in the game plan, but neutral jump heavy punch is actually very, very useful if people are being very aggressive. So if people are rushing in on you, you can just do a neutral jump heavy punch like that, and it will hit both sides. This is neutral jump down heavy punch, by the way, like that. So yeah, it's very useful if someone's rushing at you and they cross underneath, then you're still going to hit them. So that's punishable if he does that. If he stops at the first bit, you can just do forward mean punch. There you go. So we can count. That's the forward mean punch. We caught him starting something up, and then we went into the crouching jab like we talked about in the game plan. So he's been very aggressive. He's still being quite aggressive despite the amount of damage we've been doing to him. So just keep. Oh, I missed the combo unfortunately. There's the anti-air. Well, let's try a... we didn't get it, unfortunately. So, Manon, we just have to be, nice and punishing on any specials that she decides to do. So she's been very aggressive, so we don't want to let her just run her game too much, but we do want to punish her for doing that. Right, we've got her in the corner. That's annoying. I didn't hold it, unfortunately. So let's see what she goes for after this. There we go. We'll pressure up. Let's do a target combo. Okay, she's getting quite desperate, so. Wow, she's being very, very aggressive. So if someone's being this aggressive, this random, you know, you really just want to let them hang themselves. Let's try the back heavy punch this time. We didn't get it, unfortunately. So, oh, that's nice. Managed to get a fully charged Gladius. So obviously she does do the low spin. You know, the fully charged Gladius won't work, but if she's throwing a lot of the special, that's the high special like that, then yeah, you can do a fully charged Gladius in neutral and catch her off guard. There's the low spin. Let's try a little bit of forward medium punch. There we go. Managed to get a nice little whiff punish on that special. Ah, missed the combo unfortunately. That's it. Just back off. Let her hang herself by jumping in. Try no. Oh, she tried to do an overhead there and got the Superman. Ouch. Ah, she did delay. Try and challenge her, contest her with some normals. Oh, she nearly got us with a DI there. That was cheeky. Let's try a little forward medium kick. Oh, there we go. We got it. So she's very jump happy now because she's been, you know, conditioned that she can't challenge us on the ground, so she's just trying to jump in. Another Ryu, so let's see how he plays. Okay, so straight away with a fireball there. That was interesting. He managed to stop our Superman. We'll keep at it though because he doesn't, you know, I'm expecting him to. Okay, so he's doing a lot of sweeps. He's done like 3 or 4 of them already. So if he does do the sweep, we can punish it with forward medium punch and get a guaranteed combo off that. We might, if you're in range, we can punish it with a crouch medium punch Gladius as well. So that's something to watch out for. Okay, so I'm just falling into all these little traps. Let's go back to playing solid and just dust him off. Oh, didn't mean to do that. So if we just push him down, I bet we can get him to jump again. Oh, the cheeky throw. Oh my lord. Oh, I tried jumping it. Unfortunate. Okay, so he's being relatively passive, but he's been a little bit aggressive at times, so. And he's really trying to catch us with that sweep. Okay, I'm worried he might do a DP here because he's that type of player, but we'll see. So there's the punish on that if you do manage to. Okay, he's doing that a lot, so we can just. Okay, there we go. So he's probably going to rush in. We'll try a little neutral jumps if we. Oh no, he's backing off. Okay, we'll try Superman again. Oh, I'm glad we didn't go for that. Okay, right, so he's in the corner now. He's probably desperate, so we've got to be a bit careful about the super. There we go, we just shot him down with some jabs before he did anything to us. So how's he going to play this round? Oh, I went for a bit of a YOLO Superman there because I thought he might fireball. Getting very jump happy. Oh, I managed to get a DI back there. We'll go straight into our punish combo. Ah, see, unfortunately we couldn't cancel DI there. We were already committed to the Gladius. Okay, they just totally overextended with the DP. Let's see if we can. There you go. So we can block the sweep like that. Do that. Okay, and then he pressed something. Go straight into the combo. Try and get a cheeky low. Stop him, jump him. Target combo at max range. Try the light one at max range. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. There we go. Okay, so I just to let you know that I haven't actually played Rashid at all. I have not been playing SF6 very much recently. And since he's been introduced, I haven't actually played a game against him. So obviously I've been keeping an eye a little bit on what he can do. But this is definitely my first game versus one. So right, there's a knockdown. It's been a bit scrappy so far. Oh, tried to catch and press him, but I am missing that combo a hell of a lot at the moment. Right, there we go. Let's try and get a bit of control over this matchup again and stop missing everything. Oh, unfortunately we couldn't get the DI back there. Can he get a super after this? Okay, he messed up his setup. Okay. Right, let's try and stabilize this a bit. Not play so scrappy. Alright, so that looks very punishable. Oh, interesting. So you can't Gladius that. That's his air jump. So you can probably wait and anti-air that. See if he does it. Let's try and rush up to him with a stand medium kick. Okay. Okay, he's out the corner now. So he can just cross up quite easily from full screen like that. So you can probably just anti-air that as well. Or just jump back anti-air, or neutral jump anti-air probably to cover that. So let's see. So let's try jump anti-air. Oh, he rushed in that time, and I'm still missing my jab confirms. Okay. Ouch. Okay, right. Alright, so he just put himself in the corner, so let's see if we can keep him there. That's it. Alright, let's see if we can... Right, so he's holding parry. Right, so since he's parrying so much, let's try command. There we go, so he's parrying a lot on wake up. Gonna jump. Wow, so he can do a wall jump and then a double jump. That's interesting. Okay, try neutral jump. Oh, see, that was a good situation, but unfortunately, I'm still missing that combo. I don't know what's wrong with me today. Right, so that's not punishable if he does it probably the right version. Okay. That's the sort of situation. So... Wow, was that plus? That is plus. That is pretty ridiculous. I mean, it seems plus. We just keep trying to anti-air him. Sorry, I'm not talking too much in this game. As I say, I've not played Rashid ever. I haven't had a chance to play it on my main account. So, wow, that is interesting. I mean, you're not going to be able to Gladius that because it's multi-hitting, so... Probably going to be looking for... Whoa, is that going to work? Alright, okay. Okay, alright. Throw? Yeah, alright, okay, fine. Right, back to a bit of familiar ground with Jamie now, so same thing as we did with the last Jamie. Right, we want to stop him drinking, so we can stop him drinking with the Like It Quadrigas and a Superman maybe as well. Oh, so we try a little armor through there, that's a good time to do it. Unfortunately we mistimed our setup there, that was silly of me. There we go, so he's trying to DI us in the corner, so I held the Gladius because I knew he was probably going to try and let rip with a DI. There we go, and that's punishable, so. Is he going to come in? No, he's playing quite passive, so let's get some Supermans on him. Let's get him in the corner already. There we go, space him out with some Gladiuses. I should have held it, that was silly. Ooh, I mistimed that. That's better. So we really just need to shut down these jumps a bit better, and yeah, he's still playing quite passively, so we can just walk him down a little bit better and just do a better job covering space when he comes in on us. Oh, I can't believe that managed to get a wall splat there as well. That was interesting. So we armored through there and then went into the 50-50. And we caught him just walking back there. I think he actually tried to DI at the last second. So same again. Try and walk him down. If he's being passive, we'll try and get a Superman on him. I didn't mean to do that. That was off shame. There you go. So we're trying overhead. Unfortunately, he managed to block that. So we've got to be careful about him doing a DI here. He's been doing it a lot recently, especially there it is. So just be careful. He obviously wants out the corner, so we've got to be careful about him jumping. There it is, but I don't think we could have anti-ed particularly well from that range. There's the punish, and see what he does. Interesting. So he managed to get a drink off there on wake up. Shouldn't have really let him do that. There you go. We just armor through again. Right, so Cammy again. We're closing in onto plat at this point. So still try and control that space with some Gladiuses. Oh, there we go. See, we got that. We got it, but I just didn't quite complete the combo, unfortunately. So she's being quite aggressive. We've got to try and get ourselves out the corner. So I just jumped out there. She's being very cautious about Gladius. So now she's being a little bit more cautious. We can probably try and get a Superman. There we go, and then we can press a button afterwards because we're so plus. Especially since she was in burnout there, so they take a lot of extra frames when you're in burnout. So that was the sweep. We could have punished that harder. But I should have been able to manage just about get an anti-air there. Again, I'm missing that a lot today, unfortunately. I'll try and clean that up. So the mix up there, you on wake up you kind of have to somewhat guess it. The throw you can just jump, but everything else you sort of, if they hit the timing right, then you've sort of got to deal with it. It's an overhead or it's a low basically. So we'll just keep running her down. Unfortunately, that was annoying when that happens when they get an air reset. We're trying to challenge her normals here and just catch her doing something. So I managed to jump there. I mean, that was because I knew that it wasn't going to be a meaty situation, so I could just jump straight away and wake up and punish it. So if she starts doing it a little bit in neutral, then really what you need to be doing is just pressing a button against it, because it's very vulnerable in the air. Alright, let's try command grab after this one. There we go. A little cheeky light kick quad off the end of it. So she's a little bit. Oh no! I thought she was. I thought she was going to be a bit more passive. Execution error, unfortunately. It happens quite a lot when you're going for the DP motion that you get her super. It's a combination of my sloppy inputs and the game being a bit odd with how it reads the inputs. So managed to catch it there nicely. Oh, perfect parry, interesting. So we're going to be in the corner here now. Just be a bit careful. We should have been really watching out for that. Alright. So the spinning knuckle that she does there is actually a little bit plus on block. So it's not something that you can just like press against afterwards. Let's see what she does. Okay, can we get a little low? No, she's doing a lot of perfect parry on wake up, or a lot of parry on wake up. So we're going to try and throw her more, knowing that she's doing parry. Again, execution mistake. Thankfully, she didn't punish it for us. So we'll try and throw her, but let's try and run up and throw her. Yep, there we go. Let's try it again. We should have been pressing the button there. We would have been able to count her out of it. There we go. We put her away. Right, so another Ryu. Interestingly, this is a modern Ryu, so it's actually important to just be a little bit more careful of modern Ryus when you jump in at them. Obviously, you do want to respect people with dragon punches because they can, you know, anti-air you, but especially a modern one, they can do it far easier. This guy's playing pretty solid in the neutral. He's not being, you know, too ridiculous. He's being a little bit wild, but now he's sort of starting to be a bit more passive. I say that just as he drive rushes in, but yeah, no, we can just be a little bit careful. He's doing a lot of sort of wild parries in the neutral, trying to catch stuff. Interesting. So let's try and run up and throw him. Yeah, there we go. Try again. No, take that one. There's an ant, yeah. Oh, let's try a command grab. Yeah, see, I thought he was going to parry, but that was interesting that he did a DI there. So, because he's being quite passive and quite parry on wake up, so you know it's a good time to sort of try and throw these types of players. He's parrying a lot in the neutral game. It's not a massive amount that we can do about that from range, other than throw him, you know, once we get him knocked down. But at range, there's not much we can do about it. So let's try and there he goes. Try and throw him on wake up as he sort of gets up a little bit more. Punish that with a throw, and let's see if we can run up into a parry. Catch him doing a parry, which I think we just did there. And we can just punish that with some jabs. Okay, so we armored through that, but we didn't get there. Didn't actually get him. There we go. So we're armoring through the hot kick he's using there. He's still using it, so we'll still try and catch it. There we go. So we just managed to react to that. We saw it with the jabs and then can go straight into our punish. Oh, I missed it, unfortunately. So again, I should really be making sure that I throw him every time I wake up because he is just using parry so much. And DI, you know, and throw beats both parry and DI on wake up, so. Okay, he's finally sort of cottoning onto the fact that we're throwing him quite a lot on wake up. That's a punish for that quite comfortably. There are ranges where he does that move that it's actually very difficult to punish it. And if someone's drive rushing in like that, a good button is stand medium punch like that. It's because it's got a lot of active frames, so they run into it quite consistently. So here we go, Rashid again. You know, I was very scrappy on the last one because I didn't really know what was going on. Okay, that's obviously you can't do a lot of perfect parrying against that. Okay, let's take it steady and see if we can work this one out. Okay. Right. Interesting. So he's spamming that. Okay, let's try and lock him down. Right, that is definitely punishable if it's not got the wind power, I think. It looked very punishable. Okay, there we go. So, let's try and press him down. Try and react if he does decide to come in on us. I'll try not to jump too much. Oh, I couldn't get a DI back there, unfortunately. Okay, I punished him because I realised that he wasn't hitting something correctly on wake up there. I'm jumping a lot against him to try and if he jumps in, then I can try and like you know go air to air with him. So that's why I'm trying to jump a little bit more to him. That is just not punishable. That one seems a little bit negative, but I can't really tell exactly how much. Let's try a back heavy punch. Ah, I should have done forward heavy kick there. That would have been yeah, that would have been the conversion. So okay, we can punish that. We can just parry the spinning mixer. But it doesn't really help if you perfect parry the first bit because he just, you know, continues to spin. Okay. Right. Okay, ouch. Right. What is he gonna do? Let's try and get an EX Gladius. There we go, that was nice. Okay. So the OD Gladius, I didn't talk about that in the training mode. We just hit plat, which is nice. But yeah, the OD Gladius is frame 1 invincible. It has the armor from frame 1 rather than having the frame